Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a little bit since we've had the pleasure to talk about good old Marvel. And Marvel is having a little bit of a problem right now because they've been doing this little battle with the VFX artists. And as you guys are aware from my videos prior, the VFX artists from Marvel are constantly overworked. They're constantly giving some like ridiculous time period to get everything done. They basically have a lot of crunch, and it's not good. Well, apparently the news has just come out that Marvel Studios, according to Bounding Into Comics, I have an article that says Marvel Studios VFX unit unanimously votes to unionize and demand fair pay for the hours they work, healthcare, a safe and sustainable working environment, and respect for the work that they do. Now, anybody could have seen this coming from a mile away, considering what's been going on with Marvel and their VFX team. Like, everybody's been making fun of Marvel's VFX lately in their latest projects after Phase 3 ended and Phase 4 began. This picture right here from Mounting Into Comics is a shining example of some of the stuff that people have been making fun of. So let's dive deeper, guys, into this article. But of course, before we do, just consider giving me a subscribe. I'm shadow banned as hell, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. It says, in a seemingly inevitable move, given their employer's notorious reputation for running the unit ragged in service of milking the franchise with visually noisy release after visually noisy release, Marvel Studios' visual effects team has unanimously voted to take a stand against their overbearing bosses and unionize under the wider banner of the International Alliance of Theatrical Stage Employees. This decision was first announced on September 12th and followed as a result of a union-wide open vote in which every ballot cast was in favor of unionizing with the IATSE. In a statement provided to Variety, IATSE VFX organizer Mark Patch explained today, VFX workers at Marvel Studios spoke with a unanimous collective voice demanding fair pay for the hours they work, healthcare, a safe and sustainable working environment, and respect for the work they do. There could be no stronger statement highlighting the overwhelming need for us to continue our work and bring union protections and standards to all VFX workers across the industry. He added, and there could be no stronger example of the courage and solidarity of these workers than each and every one of them declaring union yes. Now, for me, like, I never worked with a union, so I never really cared, to be honest with you. I understand there's a lot of people out there that kind of live and die by unions, depending on your field of work, but for me, it never really bothered me. But I think Hollywood is going to take advantage of their employees, right? They're probably one of those corporations and studios as a whole take advantage of their employees. That's basically obvious. How many times do we see all these people complaining about residuals and this and that, right? I mean, it's very clear that if they can screw you, they will. Now, that's not to say that every one of them is being screwed. I don't think that's fair to say either. But I do think that if Hollywood can absolutely screw some of these people, they will. We did an article about Disney where Disney is refusing to pay people 100% of what they're owed because they're going through a loophole where if they reboot a series 3 seasons in, then they can pay them 88% instead of 100%. And they do this all the time. So, of course, they're going to screw you over if they're able to. Now, with that being said, is union the answer? Probably, most likely in this scenario with Marvel. And I'm sure Marvel's gonna love the fact that they gotta pay these people more and give them more time off and everything when they're bleeding money dry as it is. So it says, likewise, IATSE International President Matthew D. Loeb declared today's count demonstrates the unprecedented demand for unionization across new sectors of the entertainment industry is very real. IATSE International President Matthew D. Loeb said to these VFX workers, I congratulate you on your historic victory. Your bravery, determination, and unity are a beacon for workers not just in VFX, not just in entertainment, but workers in every industry across this country and beyond. You will enter negotiations with Marvel and Disney with the full backing and support of our 170,000 strong alliance. Your fight is our fight. Man, these studios are getting it from every corner. They're getting it from the writers. They're getting it from the actors. Now they're getting it from the VFX team. This is just, I really don't even know what to say, to be honest with you. It's pretty damn hilarious to see the absolute destruction of Hollywood. And, you know, we used to joke all the time when we would do videos, you know, Hollywood is dying, this, that, and the third, but Hollywood is in fact dying. I mean, we're literally seeing it happen before our eyes. They're imploding upon each other, and they're trying to figure out ways to take money from each other because they realize, like, oh, we don't have as much money as we thought. All this money that we've been burning left and right, just free willingly burning, there actually isn't that much out there anymore. So now that we actually have to make money, we need to figure out how we're going to do that and the best course of action to make that happen. So yes, I do think this is pretty damn hilarious to see all of it go down. It says, not not only will this radically change the game by increasing the quality and storytelling throughout our work, it's also a huge step forward for taking care of the unsung individuals who helped to build the industry, he told the outlet. Currently, the VFX unit is said to be preparing for their inevitable collective bargaining negotiations with Marvel Studios higher-ups, though no concrete dates for these meetings have yet to be set by either party. However, unlike fellow Hollywood Guild members in the Writers Guild of America or the Screen Actors Guild and American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, they really need to shorten these names, by the way. The Marvel team, is not actively planning to engage in any sort of strike. Aw, darn. Darn. I'm sure they will, though. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they will, once they realize they're not going to get their way. Marvel's not going to give them what they want. I want to make that very clear. Marvel is not going to give these people what they want right off the bat. And they're probably going to have to do some sort of threat or some sort of strike in order to get what they want. Because if Marvel wanted to pay, they would have paid already, right? It wouldn't have had to got to this point, right? It never had to get to this point, but Marvel didn't want to pay, and Marvel wanted to time crunch these people and treat them like crap. So yeah, you really think they're going to want to give them what they want at the first try? No, absolutely not. This is going to go back and forth over and over and over again, and eventually it might lead to another strike. And if it happens while these other two strikes are happening, oh my God, is it going to be completely ugly for them. It says, as noted, the unionization move by the Marvel unit comes as no surprise given the reportedly brutal work conditions visual effect artists are being subjected to across Hollywood. Speaking to the topic in a video shared to his personal TikTok account, industry VFX artist and production coordinator Zach Mulligan cited such recent VFX horrors as Axel's talking head portal in Thor: Love and Thunder, the awakening of the titular hero's third eye in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and the whole of MODOK's existence in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and explained in the past couple of years, it seems like there's been an increase in the amount of complaints about bad CGI in superhero movies. And there's a good reason for this. I mean, well, it's not good, but you'll see what I mean. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, we've said many times, it's obvious that there has been a massive dip in quality for CGI. I mean, massive. It is really bad what they've been doing. I see fan fiction movies with better CGI than what Marvel has been coming out with lately. It's really bad. And MODOK was one of those things where people just couldn't believe that that was real. Now, granted, I feel like MODOK as a whole, as a character, is very hard to bring into live action properly. He's just a ridiculous character, but still, the fact is they just failed miserably. It was really bad. So time will tell, ladies and gentlemen, whether or not we see any sort of resolution from this. I don't see it happening anytime soon, and I guarantee in the future you're going to see different articles about how they're back and forth between negotiations, and chances are they're probably going to strike or do some sort of a strike eventually just to get their way. So we will see what happens in the future. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.